Hey, welcome back. My name is Amy and this is Perky Plants. I still haven't quite figured out what I want to do for the introduction. I really hope this gets easier. It's really hot today, but not as hot as it has been. So in the UK, over like the last week, we've had a bit of a heat wave, and like the last couple of days have been like 35 degrees. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'll put it on the screen. It's been really hot and I've struggled, and so have some of my plants, and I thought I'd make a video about the plants that have struggled. So these are my heat wave casualties. I'm also going to throw in at the end a couple of plants that have done all right. Like I think they've enjoyed the heat. I definitely haven't. Like today is still hot and it is cloudy and raining. But yeah, anyway, let's get to the plants. My first casualty happened like last week, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this plant. So this is my my Anthurium papillilaminum. It was sold to me as like a pure one, but it might be a hybrid, I don't know. But this is the new leaf coming in, and you can see that it's a little bit funky, as are pretty much all of the leaves on the plant. I think this is because, so we went away last weekend for my birthday, and was that last weekend? It was last weekend. But yeah, we went away for my birthday, and the temperature was still, it wasn't as warm as 35 degrees, but it was warm, and the humidity in the apartment was low. So this is what's caused this funky looking leaf. Bring it to the camera so you can see. I still think it's going to be really pretty, and I just want to try and compare the sinuses on these. Like this one is so much wider, and that makes me excited. I feel like this leaf had the potential to be really big, and it may not reach that potential now because of this little wonkiness it's got going on. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll harden off really nice. So that is, I think, my first casualty of this heat. Okay, the next two plants I have, I mean, they weren't looking perfect before the heat wave, but the heat wave definitely did not help. They're both Marantas, so one of them is down here. Can you see that? You can see that. So this is my Variegated Miranda. I cannot remember or will be able to pronounce the full name of these, but I have them on the screen. As you can see, it's got some like quite variegated leaves, and I love it, and I've been trying really hard to make sure I keep on top of the watering, to make sure they don't go crispy, because obviously, I mean, at some point they're probably just going to fully die off, but I couldn't keep on top of it over the heat wave, and we have got some real, can you see that? Yeah, some real kind of crispiness going on. I think I believe somewhere that's pretty bad. I can't find it. But yeah, the same, I'm not going to be able to hold both of these together. If I put this here, it's the same story with my Maranta Lemon Lime. I was trying really hard to keep this one looking pretty. Like, these are the only two pear plants I have in my collection now. We don't really get on, but these two I love, and I really want them to be beautiful and reach their like full potential. And we definitely didn't have this many crispy tips. Can you see? You can't see me. Like crispy, just crispy edges everywhere. There's still lots of new growth coming in. I never know whether to like trim them off. Like when you trim off, or when, I guess the way I see it, like when I think about trimming off a leaf, it kind of de-shapes the leaf. It takes away from its natural shape, and I don't like that. But then when you do take the browning off, it does make it look a little bit prettier. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I am a little bit sad about this one, because it was pretty perfect, and now it's not. But we can't have perfect plants all the time, can we? So my next, I guess what, 1, 2, 3. So my fourth plant that has struggled in this heat wave and is definitely completely all of my fault, is my Alocasia zebrina, the black stem. Just look at my stems, aren't they pretty? I mean, you can see where I struggled. This leaf, and I mean, this leaf just started. This leaf was right up against, I mean, it lives in this corner here, so it was right up against this window, which is a south-facing window that gets hit by the sun all day. Like, there's no kind of shade, nothing, and it got sunburnt. And this happened in the last heat wave as well. So clearly I didn't learn my lesson. Little pest check while we've got it here. Can't see anything. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll probably end up removing this leaf. I think it will just continue to die off. I think there's 2 plants in here, and one of them is definitely brewing a new leaf, so hopefully it will start to look a little bit happier. This is like the happiest I've ever managed to keep an Alocasia, I think. Normally these ones, like I've had a zebrina before, like not the black stems, and they just completely like spread eagle on me. I wasn't giving it enough sun. Obviously now I've given it, can you even see the leaves? I've obviously now given it way too much sun, but for me, in my environment, these guys like way more light than I thought they would. That may or may not help you. But yeah, he's definitely sad. Oops. Okay, on to the final casualty, and I don't know if there's any saving this one. This is it's really sad. Okay, I'm going to show you up close. Oh no. So this is or was a Haworthia Cooperii maybe. It was that one with like the little kind of see-through windows. I don't even know what to say. So what I think has happened is, so it was in my cabinet with my other Haworthia, which loves life in there, but the other one is quite a like solid one, whereas this one's quite a squishy one. So I think it just had like, it was too high humidity in there, and I just hadn't thought about that. And then it started to look a little bit deflated, and I thought, that's not okay, I need to take it out. And I took it out and I put it in, like I put it on the windowsill, which was probably mistake number 2. That's probably mistake number 2, because I thought it probably needs some more light. Like it kind of looked like it's flattening out but also like stretching, so I thought it needs more light, less humidity. So it went from probably quite a dark area of the cabinet with lots of humidity to lower humidity and really bright hot sunlight. Whoops. There are a couple of babies in here. I don't know if this is salvageable. Like it looks pretty, it looks mushy, but this baby looks sort of savable. Like I'm not a succulent person. Like I have very few succulents in my collection, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But this is the worst casualty by far. If you have any thoughts on, like, I feel like the mother plant is gone and that baby might be gone, but this one is definitely the most sturdiest. So if you've got any ideas of how I can save this little baby, please put it in the comments. And I'm gonna put it down because every time I move it, it kind of, another thing flaps around, and I don't actually want this falling on me. I'm just gonna put you back down there. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put all of these plants back in their homes. Maybe not the Haworthia. And I'm gonna get a few plants I think have done really well in the heat. I'll be back. Whew. Okay, so I have just 3 plants to show you that I think have quite enjoyed the heat. First up, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of this in the shot. Let me just remove that old sachet. I'm not going to be able to show you all of this at once. No. This is my Syngonium Mojito. Some of these leaves are looking a bit droopy. It is water. That's just kind of how they sit these days. I'm just going to do a little pest check because this leaf looks like it's kind of dying off, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway, the bit I want to show you is a bit at the top, so I'm just going to put it on the floor and hopefully you can see. So this is the top leaf. So basically, it wasn't growing. Like, it just wasn't growing. I'd given it this pole and it was like, I don't know, like kind of down here, this sort of level. And I gave it a pole and I thought that'll help. It'll like something to lean on. It's gonna shoot up and it's gonna get those nice mature leaves. And this was like beginning of the year, like months and months and months ago. It had just not done anything. And suddenly, like in the last heat wave we had, so like back in July, it started pushing out growth and it's just not stopped. It's pushing out one leaf after another, and I'm finally getting, how can I show you this? Look at that! Oh, it's that really cool, like mature leaf shape. I'll see if I can find a photo of like a really mature Syngonium leaf shape, because they don't look like this, and I've been trying for a little while to get this to mature, but there's another new leaf already coming in. And what has been happening is before the newest leaf like hardens off, the next one's already shooting out, and I am loving it. It has outgrown its pole. Like this bit's it's not really attaching, it's kind of just leaning, but this bit's not going to be able to attach at all. So I don't really know what I'm going to do, and I'm a little bit worried that next leaf will already have like, it won't be at this stage of maturity, which you can't really see, so I don't want to bother showing you. But yeah, that's one of my plants that I think has enjoyed the heat, or at least, I don't know. It's definitely enjoyed something, and I don't think I've done anything particularly different, but it's been doing the growing. So yeah, that was my Syngonium Mojito. The next plant, there are definitely some dead leaves on this plant. I just haven't like pruned it recently, but this is lifting up my dress. This is my Philodendron Micans, and I really feel like it has absolutely enjoyed this heat. Like some of, I may as well just get rid of some of the dead leaves over here. It has really just shot out loads of growth, and it's big growth as well. It's big growth considering it's not on like a pole. It's just hanging. But this one, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this one used to sit on my wall, and it got really long, but really like the leaves were getting smaller and it was getting pretty scraggly, and suddenly it started pushing out loads of new growth at the top, and I was like, should I just chop the really long growth? And I didn't for ages, but I'm so glad I did now. Look at the aerial roots. Can you see that? I could definitely like chop and prop it, and it's obviously looking for something to climb, and it's really heavy, so I'm just gonna put this out. I don't know what to do with this one. Like, I really love it trailing. I really love it trailing. But I would also love to see if I can get like a vine of this to mature up, because like mature Micans look pretty different. Like, they lose their velvety. I don't think they stay as dark. Like, I'd love to be able to achieve that, but I also don't want to chop it. So I'll probably just continue wanting to do that and not do anything about it. So that is my Philodendron Hederaceum Micans, and the final plant that I think has enjoyed this heat is this really scraggly thing that doesn't look like it's been enjoying the heat. So this is, I don't know the full name for it, but it's a variegated hibiscus plant. You see how pretty the leaves are? There are some really, really pretty leaves. Like, look at this one, that's gorgeous. Obviously there are some yellow leaves. So I think maybe it's sort of enjoyed the heat and also sort of not. This is one that I've had for a long time, and it was a houseplant for a period of time. And then it got fungus gnats really bad. Like, I've never had one plant have that many fungus gnats, and I was just like, I was in a place where I just didn't have the capacity to deal with it, so I put it out on the balcony and let it fend for itself. And it lost all of its leaves, and it was literally just some twigs in a pot. But it's coming back. Over the heat wave it has. Like, these leaves are all looking great. I am a little bit cautious that it might have pests. Obviously I've only briefly checked it. Obviously it lives outside, so I can't guarantee that it's pest free. Some of the leaves are yellow, but that's probably me and a watering thing as opposed to the light, because there are so many gorgeous leaves. But what I wanted to really show you, which I think you've probably seen already, it's a flower. I have a hibiscus flower. I don't think I've ever seen these in real life. How beautiful is that? It is so pretty. Let me see if I can get you up close. It lost a leaf. Are you able to see that? Like, it's really big compared to the leaves. It looks a bit ridiculous, but how like, that is stunning, isn't it? That colour is just, it's just beautiful. I'm so happy about this. Did have another bloom on this side, but it's not there anymore, so I don't really know what happened to it. There is like another bud up here, so it might bloom again, but the heat wave is over. So if it was the heat that was helping this, I don't know if that's going to happen. And like the back of this, I'll insert some clips of the back of it, because it's either variegated as well, or it's, I don't know, dying already, or sun stress, because it's not, I so don't want to knock it off. It's not variegated on the front. I don't know, but I will put some like up close photos of it, because it's so pretty. But yeah, that was my final plant that I think has quite enjoyed the heat. I'm going to put it down because I'm scared that it just seems so fragile and I don't want it to fall off. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've had any houseplant casualties during this heat wave, or if you've had any houseplants that have been thriving in the heat wave. I have definitely not been thriving in the heat wave. I am ready for cool weather and layers and hot drinks and coziness. I'm so ready for it. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!